meeting to order at 6:30. Who's taking minutes tonight? Pat, do you want minutes or do you want Kevin to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
If you want me to.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Since I haven't done it in a while.
Last
I didn't
meeting's
know it was
minutes,
you.
were you taking those?
Thanks.
Did I don't think he was here. I must have taken them and I must have handled them to everybody.
Yeah, I used to hear it every once
Yeah.
in a while. So why are you doing that beard?
I guess
used to look like
I know. I
you.
guess everybody. I forgot. It's just-
You were so good.
So, could I get a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting?
Made. Second. Aye.
I emailed them to everybody. I don't have copies tonight, but I emailed them an hour after our last meeting. So, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Sure.
You in
I
favor?
can't even see him.
Okay.
Thanks, Sean.
Dick, you accept the minutes from last meeting that I emailed out?
No, I didn't download it.
You didn't. Okay, so we'll hold. Maybe just hold off on that till next meeting then. Everyone can look at them. All right. No new
So
course.
we're holding off on that
Yeah,
motion?
we'll hold off on that motion. We have the only new correspondence is a bill from Vertex from Kevin here. I signed it. We can pass the voucher around for signatures. That'd be good.
I wasn't here last meeting. I think,
It's just
I would've brought the
just
remote.
subtract some numbers there.
Pneumonia with me, so you could have it. So,
I just spent a few days with a guy coughing all over the place, so I'm glad you did come.
I just got this.
Very true. I spent 10 days in bed with it.
Just got
It's been
Okay.
horrible this year.
How are we getting towards our limit there, Kevin?
very close.
Which limit?
For the
I'll have the actual date number for you.
the
next
OPM?
meeting.
But we have a limit of 42.
Yes. Yep.
We're under our monthly budget amount
Mhm.
so far.
So far.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you anticipating we're gonna go over?
Today, yes, I'm anticipating we're gonna go over.
Wow.
But, like Bill said, we're under the monthly budget.
Well, how could that be then? How could we be under?
Well, because we have
Because-
we have a 1-year contract, and because the project's going over 2-3 months.
2-3 months.
Why is it going over 3 months?
Well,
Well,
that's the construction.
I've been sitting here with us, watching what's going
No,
on.
but if we go modular, it won't go over 3 months.
Even if you go modular, it's gonna go over.
Same time period.
Well, it depends on what they propose. They may propose, and they all may
If they
come in.
propose at all.
If
If they propose it.
Yeah, so it's true.
So Bill and I have been watching this, and we'll continue to watch it as we go further on. Believe me when I tell you, I'm trying to make sure that we hit the milestone or become underneath it, so we can drag it out a little bit further.
I know I'm not giving up any of my pay as a clerk of the works. That's all I know.
Very
Here,
good.
here's your pay.
Is
I'm
is
good.
there, Kevin, anything that you can suggest that we can pull these costs down a little bit? I mean, could we do some of this stuff by phone instead of you having to drive all the way out here?
Sure, I mean, that's one of the options that we had, but the idea was, once the design was done and everything else, we got our bid, then it would slow down for quite a while until it ramped up.
Then we can put some hard numbers into the
Yep.
actual
Which
construction
we have the
budget.
budget here,
Yeah.
but again, you'll see when we go over the budget, some of them are highlighted orange, and there's a reason why, and I'll explain that to you. But they're all still within the allotted money, so, yeah.
So that's the payment voucher for today. Although we do have this, which I didn't put on there. I think this can wait till our next meeting at this point. 'Cause
I'll scan it and email it to you tonight.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, I will need an original copy.
That's the one I have.
Okay, so I think he's gonna mail it to the town as well, so the town may just not have gotten into the mailbox yet, but you can bring 2 copies for the next one. That'd be great. So moving right along, I guess I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit to the bid opening change date, because we did change the date of the standard bid opening to match with the modular bid opening. With some pressure from the district attorney's office. So they, I guess, Attorney General?
Yes.
Attorney General, sorry. Wrong side.
Hopefully don't.
Yeah. We don't,
Hey,
yeah,
David.
the wrong side of the jail.
Thank God.
But I guess one of the bidders complained for standard construction, so we talked to them and we just pushed the date so they're the same, and that's fine. So we'll go back up to the sub bid results because we did get the bid results in for the filed sub bids. So Kevin,
Here's a copy of all the file sub-bids, tab sheets that we had. Okay. When you look at these tab sheets, these are all for the file sub-bids as designated by Kunsky Humes. And the cost of the amounts, that's what makes you a file sub-bid based on certain amounts. So going over them, we have acoustical ceiling panel. As you can see, we only had one contractor bid that. His price came in at $13,500. He did have an exclusion, GNR, which is not unheard of. Does everybody have one of those?
I remember that 10 years ago.
Where are they from?
I don't even remember, but I remember GNR 10
Yeah.
years ago being excluded from people's bids.
It's insane. So
You took that right out?
Huh?
You took it right out?
No, what happens is they're excluded to GNR. So if GNR bids this project and they were to be the low bidder,
Right, they were out.
this 13,500 could not be used by GNR. He'd have to go out and get his own.
They won't work with GNR.
Right. So you have some guys who will only bid
Yeah.
to a certain contractor,
Yeah,
and you'll
I
see
got
that
you.
Northern is one of them. Northern Contractor
I
is
get you.
one that somebody would like to use. So as they go on, caulking, these are all the file sub bids that came in. You can see each one has a DCAM eligibility provided, statement, bid deposit, acknowledgement of the two addenda, as well as the alternate and with the price that goes along with it, and exceptions or restrictions to each one. Okay, so you have the base price, and then you have the alternate right there. In caulking, the Brino Caulking Associates one, but I have been, we have used them before on jobs, no real issues there at all.
What is this Atlantic Diversified? What is that, just a joke? They didn't want it, so they just threw 46,000 in there?
Could be,
It's
Could
just
be,
a
or-
joke, just to
I
keep their
mean-
name rolling?
maybe, or he really honestly felt that was his good number.
Oh.
So,
If it was like the ceiling guy and the only one bidding, maybe.
right,
Yeah, true.
we'd be in big trouble.
Right, so that's what they're doing that for.
So,
I
yeah,
get you.
maybe.
It is a joke, the whole thing.
Kevin, you qualified all these, you've qualified, and so you're comfortable with these?
I'm comfortable with
the
them,
low
yeah.
bidders, yeah.
And you'll notice as we get further in, we'll bring it up in a minute.
One question, the alternate, is that a reduced price? Is that, that's not?
No, that's all added on. Not even-
That's the second selling point.
That's the
the
second
cost.
selling
Oh,
point.
that's the
Doing the
second,
second
second
salary.
salary.
Yes,
Got it.
and that's that cost for what it would cost them in their scope of work to do the second selling.
Okay.
And then you have ceramic tile, 21,450 from Ioti and King for Tile Incorporated. All right.
Does that tell you what kind it is?
For the spec?
Excuse
For
me?
the specs, okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
specs
So the
section right
specs,
up top.
what was it? It was something comparable to what we wanted. So we're still, it's
You
still,
talking about the
it's still a
materials
mystery.
itself?
Yeah, what it is.
Yes, the materials will be
Yeah.
used based in the spec
Okay.
that we have. HVAC, General Mechanical, he's a big outfit. Used him many times, been on jobs with him, no problems with him at all.
Mark?
Yes?
Oh, no,
Oh, I thought you said something.
no,
Oh, okay.
Mark Tomasino.
Okay.
That's General Mechanical.
Yeah, I know there's a younger kid that I've dealt with over there. So they're right over here in Albany.
Mhm.
So Cam HVAC is another guy we.
Yeah, I know him. It's Paul Allard, isn't it?
Paul is the young one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, you can see here Seekonk Heating, so they excluded Northern. And then you get painting. Painting's another one. I mean, this is another one. Doug, you look at Alpha Painting compared to Dandis, one's at 37,000, the other guy's at 163,000.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
So again, moving on, plumbing, LaPan Mechanical. These guys are pretty close. Resilient flooring, run by Pavilion Floors. We did have a request from Capital Carpet to see his bid. I have all that taken care of, so I made sure that they were lined up exactly. There's no difference there at all.
Explain that, what were you saying, what did you say there, Kevin?
Capital Carpet made a request from Bill to review it's basically a freedom of information.
Okay.
You can go, anybody can go and look at the guy's bid form. You can't get all the other information part of the package, but in the form, they look to make sure everything is tidy. All right?
So why wouldn't he bid an alternate bid for the alternate? Why wouldn't he bid, there's no carpet in there anyway, is there? Why is the first one have a carpet in there?
I don't know why he has an alternate, he has a number, we don't know what the number is. Like,
What it's for.
I can't tell you based on his bid form what it's for, I'd have to talk to him.
Yeah.
What's the alternate one? What is it?
Alternate one's the second Sally Port.
Sally Port. That's what I thought.
No cap on
The
it.
second bay in the
You're
south.
not gonna put any carpet in?
No,
Why not?
we don't have that.
Who knows?
Get it from you, donated.
Roofing, I'm not sure if anybody in this room knows DP Carney. Does anybody know any of these contractors that we've seen so far?
Just that one heating guy, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and he's got the low bid, 31,270. Now, these have been all subject back to the central register for all the GCs to use, and they're bid in 2 weeks. So there hasn't been really any callbacks on that. And then you go to electrical, the last one. This is the one where we had a little bit of our hiccup. Originally, R&M Electrical Contractors won the bid at 100, they did not win the bid, they were the low bidder at 135. What happened was, for the alternate, they did not put anything down at all on the piece of paper. And by Mass General Law, you have got to put either 0 or NA, something, you can't just say.
Excluded.
So we had to exclude him, and there was a $20,000 difference between his price and the next guy.
Two.
So,
But that could be a sign that he wasn't bidding it properly, so it might be for in our
it
benefit.
could be for our benefit.
Yeah.
All right?
Greg Wyatt, he's from East Brookfield.
I don't see.
Spencer.
Oh, is that Spencer? Is that who that is?
Yeah, is
Well,
it
if he
the old
doesn't show up and do the job.
meat
Yeah, the old,
Washington?
yeah,
So,
the sausage.
and that's it.
Kevin, how do these
And
numbers?
then,
We're waiting on the bond.
in Energy Electric, where were they out of, Energy Electric, do you remember?
You know I don't. I'm sorry, I had the
wanna
whole
think
time
that-
box in the
I wanna
office.
think that that's a new name for Mr. Electric,
Energy's been around a while.
yeah? Because, I know Mr. Electric has a new name, but I thought it was Energy, I thought they changed it to Energy Electric,
How many years ago would that have been?
2 or 3.
I think
Was he
it's been-
defaulted? Was he, well, why did he change the name?
I don't know, I guess because he needed a new federal ID number.
I've been familiar with Energy
Yeah.
for longer than that.
Yeah, okay, so it's not the same.
Kevin?
Yes, sir.
How do these match up against the KVA estimates and so forth?
According to Brian, these numbers came in lower than what, not much lower, but lower than what KVA and his original. He was hoping that we were about under 600, and we were under 600. So we're 5, I sent an email, I forget the number, I'm
I
sorry.
think it's 560.
560. So, and with the alternate, it's not 30-something thousand.
Yeah, the alternate.
Which really, in the grand scheme of things, is not tremendous amount of money for a second Sally Port.
But,
that's up to the
yeah,
committee.
but the bulk of the alternate's gonna be in the general contractor's
Yeah.
cost, so.
Right. So the KVA was, which we thought was probably a little high anyway, is 600, you're saying, and these come in at 560.
Yep.
Now,
I don't know if that's entirely the case. Brian was hoping for a total budget of $1 million, and
Yes.
then we were assuming that 60% of that $1 million represents 600,000. That's where that number came from.
That's
And
where
not-
the 60.
That's not the total add up of the KVA, because the KVA number might even be higher than that.
Yep.
I haven't added it up.
now, how long, when they bid this, how long are these numbers firm for?
Normally, they're good, they can be anywhere from 30 to 90 days.
Wow.
But I think right now, these are all firm for 30 days.
So if we make a decision on, before 30 days, will that hold, no matter when the project starts, or what do you
What do you
think?
mean?
Let's say we go to the selectmen and they approve this on 3/31. And we go back to the general GC, and will these numbers hold then, or is it?
We ask him to either extend to hold, and he'll say either yes or no. If he doesn't, then we move on to the next guy who said he would. Or we gotta redo it. But 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, they hold. Because the guy wants the job now, he knows he has
They
it.
spent the money
So-
bidding on it,
so-
they did
All the time, all the effort,
So-
they'll
Yeah,
keep
that's
it.
their.
So you're
We're
not-
good to go. I'm very confident right now, we're fine.
Good.
We're fine.
Yeah. So, I don't want somebody to shove in a low number.
No.
And then, yeah, okay, good.
Nope.
Good.
Nope.
Except if he runs into a contractor he can't work with.
Which, if that's the case, then it's gonna be a little bit more hands-on. You try your hardest to, you don't wanna be on top of him 24/7, but if that's the case, and that's the case, and then we just live with it, We're moving forward,
Yes.
regardless, and,
No, I understand.
in my opinion, it doesn't make a difference to the contractors, we'll hold his feet to the fire and we'll keep going.
But
So-
the general contractor ends up contracting these people on this list into their bid. They just take the lowest bid because everybody
If he
does
wants
to
to.
get the job.
Right, if he wants to.
No, nobody's gonna throw an extra 20 grand onto their
No,
project
no.
to try and win a
But
job.
like you see, you'll see some guys right here. If GNR's coming in here, GNR's got a little bit of a problem with the acoustical. Cause he's gotta go and get another number.
Right.
So. But these are all the numbers that have gone forward to all the GCs who have pulled bids, pulled all the paperwork. Now they have their numbers, they'll put those numbers all together, now they did their own bid.
And
That
GC,
is all
can
good.
he pick somebody other than the low
Yeah.
bidder? But he can.
Yeah, he can pick anybody he wants. But 9 times out of 10, why would he go some higher?
Yeah.
So,
You want to send an email?
I would like to.
But those?
Done prior to the today.
Okay.
Project.
Dave wants these emailed to him.
Well, when we get the bids, I mean, obviously
Well,
we're working.
there's about a week or two of sorting out the details and before they can be published to Project Dog and everything. Because there's
But I
certain
mean,
things
isn't
that
there a
exclude.
basic line item that goes through the day of the bid and you write everything down and can't you send that to us?
Okay.
Just so that, I mean, I'm wondering all week long for the last 2 weeks basically what they were.
You could have called and asked.
I should. My wife found something interesting on YouTube. Did you guys get on YouTube with
With the police station, yeah.
police station?
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
Everything they film, actually, everything goes on.
Or even the meetings they didn't show on TV?
Yeah. You can watch
Oh,
it.
no, kidding. Yeah, because there's a few of them they
Did you
missed.
send the finals to me?
They forgot to put on TV.
No, this was
You-
like
you
a
said-
separate
There's a couple,
sit-down
yeah.
between
You
the
didn't send the finals
architect
though,
and
and that was before Brian approved them, so
Before Brian.
I don't think I've seen the finals yet of these bid results.
all right.
Because when we initially had, because there's ways you can publish the bid results and you can't, so there's a bit of
No.
going back and forth with getting that detail sorted out before we finalized it.
And then our biggest problem was waiting for the AG to come back to us for R&W. I was gonna get you guys hooked
Oh,
up
with the
with one because
yeah.
it took a little while to figure that one out.
When AG comes back with the RW, what
The Attorney General's
The
office.
Attorney General
Yeah.
had, the question was, RW was a low bid electrical company.
R&M.
Okay.
R&M, sorry, R&M. So what we had to do was, we had to call Deborah Anderson and say, okay, Miss Anderson, here's a scenario we have. Because we had called R&M and he had said, yes, that's my number, all in, I'm all in everything. And we gave him 2 days to confirm that number. Then we went back to the Attorney General, she says, no.
Could the general contractor contact him and get that bid? Get him
No,
a bid?
he's been
Eliminated.
eliminated, disqualified from the thing, so no, he can't.
All right, any other questions?
Put a zero down.
Any other questions on the filed sub-bid results? All right, moving right along then. We do need to do, the bid opening is gonna be on the 25th. That's gonna be the general contractor bid at 3 o'clock. All the modular bids and all the standard construction bids are due. And we will have a bid opening here at that time. Anyone's welcome to come to that. But the crucial thing for that, because that's just gonna be opening and recording things. So it's fun for informational purposes, but we're not gonna be able to make any decisions at that point. However, at that time, once the modular bids come in, the modular subcommittee needs to meet immediately, if possible, to start evaluating the modular bids as well, because they have to open up those and go through the evaluation process at the same time. So does anyone remember who's on the modular subcommittee? Doug? Dave?
Yeah, and
I love them
possibly
putting each other-
Jason.
Is Jason
I think I was on it
still
too. I'm not quite sure.
on the committee?
Yes, you are.
He has not resigned.
And Brian. Right?
So it was those three.
Dave,
Doug,
Jason.
Doug and Jason, Brian and Kevin.
You,
Brian.
you,
No,
Doug.
I did my 1-7.
What time did you want to go over those?
I'm
Well, that's
not
gonna be a
on the
question
committee.
for
I'll be there, but I'm not on the committee.
your
That's
group.
2 Wednesdays from now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the 25th. The bids will all be in at 3 o'clock. So it's at the discretion of the subcommittee. If you guys want to meet at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. But the
5 would be the earliest for me.
So you guys want to do well, I mean, you can have a 6:30 meeting that night and review the modular and plan on it. We'll get the modular architect out there too.
Is Brian gonna be here that night?
Yeah, Brian will be here.
Kevin?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, we opened the bid, so
okay.
Yeah.
we'll be the ones doing it and then recording it.
All right. Yeah, 5 should be, but you gotta make sure everybody else knows 5.
We have to file the
You just said,
meeting.
did you say you can make 5?
Do we have
I can make
to,
5.
Yeah.
We have to
Alright.
post that meeting.
so we have to post that meeting?
So does 6:30 work for you guys? What time would work for you?
5, I can get here for 5.
Do you want to do 5?
Yeah, that's fine, because then we can start going over
Okay.
stuff and not cut into
Okay.
the
All
evening
right, so
hours.
you want to do 5 PM on 325?
Yes.
So hopefully you'll be able to get through the modular evaluation process that night,
And that's for
and then the modular architect will be able to review any additional stuff he has to that week. And then I have the 30th down as a full committee meeting. That's the Monday following that, where the full committee could get back together with the bid results from the standard construction that Kevin and Brian have evaluated, and the bid results and from the modular that the subcommittee has gone through and evaluated
6:30?
at 6:30 p.m.
30th? Was
on,
it?
on the 30th. Pat,
Monday.
It's a Monday.
That's a Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
And Pat, do you get on the 25th? It'll be at 5 o'clock p.m.
Yep, I got that.
Okay.
And that's a subcommittee for the modular evaluations, right?
On the 25th, yes.
That's what the agenda
But that's gonna go into a
Yes.
full
And somebody
meeting.
has to keep meeting minutes.
Yes, Kevin. Kevin.
That what?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
So that's gonna be a full-blown meeting at 6:30 on the 25th.
On the 30th.
No, 5
Okay, that's,
PM.
it's gotta be the subcommittee on that.
Just the
5
second.
o'clock.
Okay, yes, 5 o'clock, right.
Yeah. And then on the 30th, which is the Monday, I think that'll give us everybody enough time that we'll have real numbers and everything will be finalized and the subcommittee will have met and you'll be able to figure that out.
So the 30th, we're gonna pick modular or construction.
We're gonna pick our contractor,
Yeah,
whether it's the low bid standard or the low bid modular.
yep.
So that'll be the day we make the decision at the meeting, and then we'll pass that along to the selectmen on their meeting of the 31st.
Yeah.
And we're on their agenda, and they can
So we're gonna evaluate,
give a notice to proceed.
we're gonna evaluate the bids?
On 30th,
Yeah,
yes, it will be bid evaluation and contractor selection and recommendation.
The selectmen have a meeting on the 31st?
Yes.
Okay.
So they will hopefully be able to issue a contract, or we have all the contract ready to go. It was in the bid documents, and issue a notice to proceed to the contractor on the 31st.
and then we have to post the selectmen's meeting on the 31st,
That's already been posted.
not for us.
I don't think our whole committee is going. I would just present. I can go and just present our results from the
Okay, so we don't,
meeting. Yeah, that's just the selectmen's meeting.
That's the 31st,
So we will
right?
open the
Selectmen's meeting.
modular
Yeah,
at
the-
Yeah, just go
325.
unless you
Yes,
wanna
the
go.
GCs.
What's that?
Yeah,
I don't think funny.
but we won't open the general.
I'd rather stay home and watch their
contract.
meetings on TV.
No, 320. Both of them are getting opened up on 325.
Oh, they are?
Yep.
Okay, okay.
And I did, just to back up a little bit, I did on March 3rd, I did meet with the selectmen and give them an update on all the status of everything that we've been going through as a committee and on the current dates, and we agreed that on the date of the 31st for their approval based on our recommendations. So they're informed as to where we're at in the process, and they're ready to be seeing our recommendation on the 31st. And we're on their agenda for that. So any other questions about scheduling? Everyone know where they have to be when?
Have to be here at 5 o'clock on the 25th.
Yep.
Stay here.
Stay there until you're done with the modular, until you have a decision.
When are you opening them again?
Which one?
25th at 3 o'clock.
The standard bids are open at 3.
And then the modular are opening at?
Well, that's at the discretion of the committee, but probably at 5 o'clock when their meeting opens. Yes,
No.
or no, they open them all at 3?
They're all being opened at 3.
Okay.
So if you wanna see them live, you're here at
Like,
3.
we'll do it just like this. Modular right here, we'll open up the modular, document them all, same time, now we open up the.
No discussion, you're just writing down the
We write down
numbers,
exactly,
that's
we
all.
open up the bid form, we write
Yeah.
everything down, and that's it.
Yeah.
You
Do
announce-
you
they
do
actually
a
announce the price.
disqualification at that point, you know?
Okay, what's that?
We'll know, but
Okay.
once
Oh,
you
on
look
TV,
at it,
on
if they
camera.
don't fill out everything like that's on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
form,
Yeah.
the GC is gonna have the
You're
same
gonna-
exact one, we'll be able to know right then and there who's gonna be.
You'll do that, okay.
How many, you know how many people are bidding on this standard construction?
I've heard quite a
Roughly?
few have pulled, I don't know who's gonna bid it, but I've heard quite a few have actually pulled documents for it.
What's that mean? What's it?
I
10?
believe over 10.
I have a question.
How about modular? How many for them?
That I don't know. That I don't know. I'd have to go on to the project dog to see who's doing it.
Do
Yes.
general contractors usually come when the bids are being opened?
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should probably request a banquet hall at 6:30
no,
on 5
3.
o'clock?
At 3 o'clock.
At 3.
At 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
Right
It's
here, it's
perfectly
plenty
fine.
big.
You're not gonna have.
No, we're not posting a meeting for 3 o'clock.
No. It's the
But-
bid opening.
It's the bid opening.
All right, but we should
It's still a meeting.
ask to, we should,
In the banquet.
right,
So
but
it
we
should
should
be-
make sure that the banquet hall is available for us to use on that
Yeah.
particular day.
Oh, that's the banquet hall, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the kitchen.
We
And
eat,
then the meeting at 5 o'clock with these guys will be in the banquet hall, not listed as a kitchen.
No, that can be, that's not gonna be
Yeah,
public.
we'll get rid of it. All the
That's-
paperwork, we're only keeping 2.
That's evaluations, that's not for the,
Okay, so
contract.
we don't have to do this, it'll be the kitchen.
Yeah, it'll be
Okay,
the
That's
kitchen.
what I'm trying to clear up.
Okay,
Would you
that's
take,
fine.
are you gonna take care of it?
She's already got
Posting?
it. The-
I think you should.
Yeah, I'll call Karen and I can,
I mean, do
I think
we,
that's a good idea.
unless we have 4 of us, it's not a meeting of the committee
that's right.
at the bid opening, it's just a
It's
bid
bid
opening.
open.
Yeah.
There's no meeting
Yeah.
scheduled.
Yeah. So we don't have to schedule.
No, and we don't have to
that
schedule a
evening.
meeting unless there's a decision being made, which there is not a decision being
We
made.
can all be there
But
as
they
long
are
as we're
making a
not meeting
decision, the subcommittee.
as observers.
There's
So
no
it's not a
Right,
meeting.
but there's no,
Cupcakes and cookies.
there's no decision made.
Right. What, cookies?
Yes. Okay, so we're all set with that.
It's post meeting for
Well,
here at
oh,
6:30.
Pat, would you just check with Karen and see if we can get the hall for 3 o'clock?
Mhm,
The
yeah.
banquet hall, just to make sure that works out. I mean, they're aware of the date, but it'd be good to double check that we have the banquet hall.
And we're having our meeting on the 30th. I'm sorry, 30th. 30th at 6:30.
The 30th at 6:30
Yeah.
and the 25th at 5 o'clock
Yeah.
as well. All right. Okay, so moving on, there's been some changes with the septic system design. Originally, there was the selectmen, or I'm not exactly sure if it was Mike Siri, the selectmen, had arranged for John Tomasian to do the septic system design.
Yeah.
And, but he has made it clear that he's not going to be doing that design at this point. So we've initiated a request for proposals for septic engineers in the area.
Yeah, Goldby and Spencer does them, he's done quite a few of
Yeah,
them.
but the selectmen asked that we get multiple quotes, so we've, Kermit, can you give us an update on that?
Yeah, we sent out quotes to
I mean, Goldby and West Brookfield.
Rich Goby,
West, yeah.
to, let me see if I got it here.
Rich Goby, you said?
Yeah, Green, oh yeah, here it is. Rich Goby, Green Hill,
Engineering.
J&H, and Jalbert Engineering. And their design bids is due back by 3/18.
You said 318?
Yeah.
Is it J and H or J and H?
I think it's JN. I think, no, I'm not sure.
J and H or J
That's what we don't-
N?
Oh, it's Jeff Howland. Jeff Howland is the owner, so it might be JH Engineering.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Kowski Hughes?
Yeah, they also do.
Now, just in that regard, Bill, I'm not gonna be here on the 18th. I think somebody needs to look at these and kind of follow this thing through or something.
I can make sure I get them and bring it to the
Okay,
committee.
they'll be sent to Karen.
Yeah.
This doesn't affect the cost or anything, right? I mean, that was,
That's all in the selectmen's
that was
budget,
their
that their
budget that they were
for.
dealing with from the get-go.
But we're now managing that for them,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
What happened to this guy? I mean, he's been doing this design for ages. I don't know what this means.
Means I don't know exactly, except he stated a conflict of interest,
Conflict of interest.
so.
You're talking about this for the police station, not for the town hall.
For both.
Both.
Oh. But you're not
It's
gonna
under
run,
one budget, Dave.
yeah, but you're not running the money out of one pot, are you?
It's all in the same 35,000.
Yeah,
That's the money we allocated at the town
Yes.
hall, I mean, at the town meeting.
Yes.
for both, but for both systems.
Yeah.
Because originally, when we did that, you guys weren't gonna have
It
your own
was a
system.
combined system.
It was a combined system for the municipal.
But now you're doing two, right? Are you still doing one?
Well, we don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
We've told them for design to put in one system to handle both buildings or two separate systems.
Oh, okay, I thought you already made a decision that you were gonna have a separate one, okay.
Well,
It's
we-
at the-
We sort of did.
That's.
That was the last designer. We no longer
We need
works.
the engineer to give us a recommendation, and the engineer's
So,
been,
how are you, if you have two systems, how have you devised a way of separating the money? Or is it all gonna just come out of
It's
that
all
30?
coming out of that
It's just gonna come out of that 35?
The bids are only for the amount of the engineering.
yes, yes.
Not for
Yeah,
the
this is
actual
Not for the
design.
system,
This
right?
is-
Just for the design.
This is a
Right.
$2,000 or
This
$3,000
is just for the
engineering, and then,
design.
yeah.
So what are they
So
doing,
the bid.
they're doing two systems in the bid?
They're just giving a
I'll tell
quote
you
to the
that
engineer to
they're doing
design the
they're gonna bid two options. One is a system down there and a system up there.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Or
That's-
one big
that's what I
system
asked.
up here
Yeah.
and pump it up.
That's what I just asked, you have two in the bid, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll see.
Possibly two in the bid.
We can do it both ways.
They're gonna.
Right, they're gonna do both ways,
They're gonna look at the design and see which one's best.
Yeah,
because you gotta have a pump up if you do down there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Bill, concern a little bit, not a concern, but something we need to be aware of. Because the town has taken ownership for that, we've got the design, we've got to approve the design, we've got to buy the materials, we got to construct it.
Well, we have to buy the materials by the end of the fiscal year.
Yes.
The construction, if it's done by the highway department, can be done in the following fiscal
But we
year.
got like 5 different people involved in this. We got a designer approval system, we got somebody who's gonna have to buy the materials, and I don't know who's gonna do that, somebody who's gonna construct it, then we gotta be sensitive to the GC who has ownership of the site. And in that regard, Kevin, I gotta ask you a question.
Yes,
The GC has ownership up to 10, outside 10 feet of the building?
he owns it from the building out 10 feet.
10 feet.
You own it
theor-
from,
So theoretically, we could put the septic system in and he couldn't tell us that we can't do it while he's on site?
well, in order for you to get to 10 feet within the building, you're gonna have to go onto his property.
I mean, if you put the main septic system in and tie in the line, I mean, so I mean, if the GC comes in and says, no, I don't want you guys on the site while we're there, are we gonna have a problem of not doing it?
We'll definitely work it out before.
It's gonna
you
be
get to that.
coordinated
It's
with
not
the
a big
general
deal, seriously.
And
contractor.
who's gonna do all that?
We will. We
I will help.
We all will, he will,
I will absolutely help with that.
Okay, good.
the
I
chief
mean,
will when he comes in.
It all depends on
We're
the
happy.
septic design. If the septic's gonna go onto that side of the property, we'll give him the laydown area on that side of the property.
Good.
So,
Work
We
together.
have the room to
That
do
was
the work.
initially an article.
after it's in, we can
If
lay
it's an
stuff on top
article,
of it.
do the funds have to be expended before June 30th? Even though it was an article?
My understanding was that they did. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what I've
You know,
been
we
told.
probably should ask clarification for Betty on that.
I don't think it's too much of a challenge for us to buy the materials before June 30th. I don't think that's, as long as we get someone who's actually designing the system, I don't think it's gonna be a challenge at all. Because it's not gonna take them long to design it, so.
Yeah, sure, heard that before.
Well, if we get somebody who's under contract,
We've already received one bid back for the design work.
But I think what we need to do is, if the timeline, if that is the case, we just need to put an article on the warrant, the special town warrant, before the June warrant for the annual town meeting, to encumber the funds.
Okay.
To carry it over into the next fiscal year. So I don't think that buying the material is gonna be such, it's not gonna be a problem. I just think we need to encumber them.
okay,
Yes.
so we can either encumber it or have it purchased this year.
Bill, there's one other thing.
Yes, Dave.
At that meeting, at that article, the townsfolk voted to build one system on the town hall to take care of the police station and this one.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna split it.
We don't know that yet.
Well, I'm just saying, if you do split
Dave,
it,
we don't know that yet.
I know, but
Stop
I'm
it.
just letting you know ahead of time.
All right, thank you.
So you can
Dave.
address that situation before it gets to us, if you know what I'm saying.
I think I do.
Okay, good.
Maybe we should bring that up to the selectmen in the next selectmen's meeting.
That's worth doing. I'll be meeting with them on the 31st, hopefully with a bid package for this whole thing. We can talk about it then.
Good thinking, Dave.
You're welcome, Dave.
I think you're better up with two anyways,
I think
maintenance
so too.
wise.
You don't have to do all that pumping up.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the plan with the septic. Any other questions about the septic system? Okay, carport, Kermit, you want to give us the update on that?
we have received, Tantascwa has agreed to do the building. Herb is gonna do the retaining wall, Tantascwa is going to do the building. They have come up with a design, and they've come up with a cost for the materials. And, Bill, I would recommend that a subcommittee take a look at what Tantascwa has proposed here. Herb said it looks good, quote, looks good, he hasn't analyzed it, but they've got a quote on it, and it's about $15,000.
That includes a wall?
Includes just
The
the
wood.
No, Herb,
Steel.
That's not.
yeah. They've proposed a couple of things, Doug. They've proposed closing in the ends. It's not just a shed. They propose closing in and putting a ceiling on it so you don't get birds and stuff flying in there, whatever.
Right.
They've just given us a quote for materials.
I was gonna say the labor's gonna be free, right?
Labor's free.
You make a
When-
donation to the school, how do you do that?
pay for the materials, that's it.
Yeah, thank you, is what they need.
Yeah.
When they're gonna do it is dependent on what our time schedule is and what they have. It could be as early as this summer, this fall, or it may be in the spring. They have to decide they're gonna put it in the queue, but they have committed to doing it.
Spring of 2016?
That would be the latest.
Yeah, later, yeah.
Yeah, the foundation will be in by then though, right?
yeah.
That's right. And Herb,
Yeah,
and so they're
it's
here.
not a big deal,
Yeah,
probably
we
better.
just have another coordination deal of when Herb does it, and we need to get the building inspector to approve the building design and that sort of thing, as you guys know, and so forth.
Now, this building that is proposed to be built by Tantascwa is gonna be closed on 3 sides?
Yeah, this is it, Kevin, and that's gonna be closed as well. It's gonna be closed on 3 sides, yes.
What do you think about that,
It's a
Mike?
dugout.
Of it being closed on 3 sides? Mm-hmm. I don't have an issue with it, because the reason why they said that was so the snow doesn't blow in and drift in and everything like that.
Okay, what about security though?
It's looking right at the back of the building.
Put garage doors in, you got
Yeah,
the 3
it's-
sides,
it's
might as well
fine, I
put the
mean-
doors in now.
Yeah.
The cruisers are locked up
Seriously.
back there, there's gonna be camera systems back there. It doesn't need to be in a fully enclosed garage.
You better than what they got.
No, you should consider putting the garage doors in if you've gone that far.
Well, then you gotta give everybody openness.
Mike will do a
Oh, they're
fundraiser
gonna be
that
slamming them.
for the
You know,
doors.
Do you have the cost?
I get sick every time I go in that damn
I'll
thing.
plug into it.
Kevin, just for your information, this is a 1,200 square foot building. KVA had a 450 square foot building, and they had $13,000 in their bid. This is $15,000, but it's almost 3 times as big.
Which makes sense because there's no labor cost, no
Right.
prevailing wage. So do we need to make any other steps in regards to the carport at this point?
Well, the only
See if we have
thing,
money for
at
it.
some
Yes.
point, we need to get, I think we need to have somebody take a look, Doug, Dave, or whatever, look at what Tantascwa has proposed and see if there's something we should change, modify, reduce, or whatever.
I'd like to just suggest that we have Doug and Dave look at it and get back to us for the next
I
meeting.
mean, at this point, there should be power out there if there isn't already. If you're gonna enclose 3 sides, there should be a couple of lights underneath it.
Mhm.
But other than that, it looks like the estimate and the trusses are there, the roofing material, and there's not much left.
Yeah.
Other than that, a couple columns.
It's
and-
really not, yeah, it's not that big of a
Yeah.
deal.
That wasn't.
That's just one. You guys are the builders. Just as long as you both look at it and don't see anything.
So what's it show on the column, so in case somebody hits them with a car, what's there, something, safety thing? Yeah.
Doesn't show anything around the column, but.
They're fired.
All right, so you guys will have a chance to look at that if you want. But what I heard was that electricity out to the shed would be a good idea if we haven't thought of that already.
No, we're talking about electrical plugs also, right?
Probably some lights, some plugs, or something. I don't know what
The-
we really need out there.
The retaining wall, Doug, has been tacitly approved by the building inspector, he said that's okay. I mean, it was just, I mean, he hasn't stamped it, but he's given her the okay on his drawing, so.
It's pretty simple.
And then I think you did the stamped drawing from the block manufacturer that you buy from somebody.
I don't know.
Type of block. I haven't seen the design yet.
Alright, so that's it for the carport for now?
Yeah.
Alright, integrated systems, security and phone and stuff, Kevin?
We had a meeting today with the chief. I brought out a company called OneSource Security. We went over and discussed with the chief requirements that he would need in and around the police station. We should have that quote back to us by Friday from OneSource. We've used it before on other projects, and I'm going to go try to obtain 2 other prices. So this would be work that would be done by the town. So I believe your threshold is 25 or 30?
Before we go to bid, what's the 25,000?
I think it's
What,
the
10?
budget.
Is it on the budget?
No.
Well, we
No,
still
I think
on
it
the
was,
budget.
it was increased,
No,
right,
we
Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, I
To
don't know.
25.
25,000? So I want
Anything
quotes
under
to
25,000, I believe it is,
I know.
right?
Yeah, I always thought it was 10, but they went up
I
to
think it's
I think, yeah, I think it is 25 now.
25 now, yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that, 40K. So it's OneSource gonna design and then,
We went over
take that
the
design and put it
This is for
to,
security and that?
This is for CCTV, this is for intercom, this is for key access into the building. So we were just looking at the building itself. We have a camera added into the alternate if you so choose to take the alternate. But for the most part, it's approximately, there are 9 interior cameras in
And
the
this
building.
is all in the drawings already?
We went off the
Yeah.
drawings with him,
Yeah.
we added some drawing cameras on the outside that were missing, so we went 9 interior cameras that, one is an extra one, and then we went with 2 180-degree cameras on the sides, on the back of the building and on the side of the building, which basically take up the entire parking lot area to be able to focus on, and we had the outside cameras, and we did the one extra alternate. We did, this was not in the documents, was how to enter and access each door. So we're getting a price for him for a key fob system. The system will go in, you'll be able to monitor it, who came in, who left, hours, times, everything else, who's gonna have a certain key. Obviously, the interior doors have regular cylinder lock keys, but it's basically security as far as what's gonna happen once you bring a prisoner in, what you're gonna be able to see, and how you're gonna access each one. So he'll give us a price for all that on Friday.
But we're not gonna have.
how many key fobs are you talking about?
I believe, it depends on how many police officers there are.
No, I
Nobody
mean,
else
how
gets the
many
fobs.
locations for those key
Oh,
fobs?
there's 3 locations, 3 doors.
The 3 entrances outside.
That's it?
There's 3 outside doors coming inside. Those will have the key fobs that swipe and get in. There'll be
Not
some,
this one?
no, because this one has a
Punch code.
punch code.
Oh, okay.
So there's
So they
2
can't
punch
take the
codes
key away
here,
from us.
2 punch codes
So
on
what?
there.
So they can't take the key away from us.
Oh,
If you're in a
okay.
fight, they don't know the code to get in or the code to get out.
Okay.
So once you get into this area, you're trapped.
Now, coming into the coming in from the Sally Port, that will be a key code also? And not a key fob, but the,
Coming in right here, Pat, this is coming from the Sally Port
Right.
in, that will be a key punch code.
okay, just like the other door.
And the other door
Yes.
coming from the police officer area,
Yes.
going into, those are the only 2 doors that are gonna have
Okay.
this punch code. So, and we'll have a price for that for Friday.
And you'll be getting multiple.
And I'm gonna try to go get multiple codes. If anybody knows anybody,
I think,
Warren-
I think I got an
Warrant
email
security.
from somebody.
Warren Security, where are they out of?
Oxford. And then.
I'm sorry, Chief, who'd you say?
I don't know. I will forward you the email tomorrow,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure I got an email.
I have another name of
Even
someone
somebody
else,
wanted to
but I have to
discuss
think of,
Even East Brookfield, and anybody that's.
out of New
somebody
Hampshire.
else.
They do a lot of work in Boston though.
That's fine. This guy is out of Chelmsford.
Yeah, so, I'll get it to you, but
That's fine,
I don't have it
that's fine.
here.
All right, so we'll get that taken
These are
care of.
what, this is a detailed security system? Like, I have a residential security system. Would a guy like that be somebody who would do something like this or not?
It's a little bit more high-tech than that.
And they have to be a state bidder list too?
Right, he's gotta be able to bid off the state bidders list.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not just, it's cameras and everything else too. Well, I mean, I guess.
There's an intercom system that goes in the front lobby. You punch, you hit the button, you're able to talk to somebody. What's not tied into this price is the speaker system throughout the building, which I believe, according to Brian, is already tied in with the electrician.
Okay.
So, all right. But he provides the DVR and everything else that
They do a
goes
good
into
job,
it.
right?
Yeah, how's your hand doing?
I didn't expect something this fancy. I didn't expect something this fancy.
So we're trying to make sure that that's one part.
Pretty well, yeah.
Town takes care of it, we'll take care of it.
All right, any other questions on the integrated systems? Yes.
Off base. Are you gonna have, when you get into the police station, when you wanna talk to an officer, is it gonna be, you're gonna talk through glass? Like in Sturbridge? When you talk to a dispatch or somebody in the police station? Is that how it's gonna be here? You're gonna have, it's gonna be glass when you just,
Yeah. It'll be the front door here, and we can buzz them into
Is
the
it an
door.
intercom for them to
Into
buzz if they don't see
regular
anybody
station,
at the
but
door?
when, yeah, if you have a
But right
meeting.
now,
It
it's,
goes out.
when they first encounter, it'll be a glass.
That's what I meant, okay. And you're gonna have, then you're gonna talk through the glass through an intercom too, or whatever?
I don't know that we decided on, I don't know if it was an intercom or what that setup was.
Well, he's looking at it to be an intercom to talk. If no one's through the glass, he can see, he hits the button.
Right, and that'll go up to dispatch, but when we're talking face to face through the glass, I don't know that it was an intercom. I thought we would be able to.
Probably not.
I can't remember
You can
how.
hear-
Probably just the
Just
The holes.
the whole,
Right,
yeah.
Is there gonna be a slot for
Couple soup
passing
cans and some
paper?
straws.
Underneath the glass,
yes,
yep.
yes, forms and stuff,
Fence
yes.
has that.
Yeah.
That's typical for all your police stations now.
I have that in my office.
Soup cans and string.
Bulletproof.
No, I have the glass. And
Yeah.
I've gotten beat up by.
All right, moving right along.
Bill,
Yes.
I just want to get
Yeah,
clarification. Are you guys okay with this, or what should we do next? Or you want to look at it
I
further?
think basically we'd have to hold it until we get the bids for the actual building first to see if we have money for that.
Okay,
Yeah, that's really.
all right, so I'll hold it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And next up is budget.
Just the back, when do you have to schedule them by? Right? Doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter, Doug.
Okay.
Essentially what they said is if they had a big project that they may push us off a little bit.
Okay.
You know.
So the letter Brian.
Is there another copy of that?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Just give you one, this is right there.
Trying to be nice all the way around.
All there?
All right, so here's the budget as of March 11th, 2015. You can see we've added a new column all the way over to the right, which will be modular. All right, those numbers, these are just conceptual numbers based on what I've had talks with Brian. We don't know exactly what these numbers are. Again, I want you guys to look at the orange line items. Those indicate numbers that we are not 100% sure are exact numbers. I don't know if it's $3,500 for the contractor. Kermit, you said you had a price.
I'm sorry?
You had a price for one of the site engineers to do the septic system?
Yeah,
That's not going to be in our budget.
So then that number comes out completely.
right.
All right, so I'll take that off.
Hey, we're under 1.6 million all of a sudden.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
We still have plenty of things to go on.
Well, we still have $1,000 for the
No, we can put the
work,
contract.
the engineering work that Dan's.
Okay, so I'll put the $1,000 back in there.
Yeah, so that'll be
Already
$1,000,
got the
not
flag, right?
9,500.
I got
That's coming from us.
Yes.
We need a flex.
So $1,000 will go back in there. We took, previously on line item 6, I had $18,000 under conventional stick. Well, we took that out. That gets moved all the way over to modular. Okay. Project manager fees, you can see they're both the same on either end.
That never changes.
That never changes. $70,000 for A&E, that's not gonna change either. All right, those two the same. Going down, contingency, yes.
The A&E fees is going to include the modular no matter what. Because we're paying for the modular design work. There's no additional budget once we've chosen
Right.
the
Right,
contractor.
so
So leave the 18,000 over on the side.
I would say it
Leave it
adds,
there.
yeah, move it into
Right.
that, and it adds
It's
into
getting
the,
paid no matter what.
Okay.
Where are we moving it?
It's going back to, over to conventional stick construction
Over
bill.
here, but it
Just no matter what you're paying
because if
for.
we don't,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to pay for it anyway.
Right.
It's a fixed
Oh, it's
fee
in
that
both
that we go
columns,
to
yeah.
Brian, yeah, it goes to Brian.
That's right.
Construction contingency, you see it's marked in orange for $100,000. That's just 10% industry standard we took for the hard cost of construction. That number most likely definitely will be going down. I moved over to modular, I left it at 75,000. Because you have less framing to do and everything else. All right. Integrated technologies, the CCTV security camera, that's what the meeting we had today. That's $40,000. We put that in based on a number that I had on a previous job. That number we believe is going to probably be half. It's just a little bit more than half. All right, that's going to come down. Legal, another line item that is a hit or miss. It all depends on how much interaction we have with
Town council?
town council. So that's $7,500. All right, again, that number could go down.
I guess we need to find out whether or not that's going to come out of the legal.
We at this point, the selectmen, we just had very minor interactions with them, so it's all come out of the selectmen's legal.
Right. So,
At
hey, and they
this
have,
point.
their budget is what, 50,000?
Yep.
So unless we get into real issues with the general contractor, we shouldn't be touching that.
Okay.
But that's gonna be contingent upon
Everything going smooth.
everything going smooth, so.
All right. So the next one, as you're going further down, owner's project related expenses, $25,000. Those are extra items that you guys might come up with as we go along. Okay. That could very well change as well. All right. So don't get
What is
hung up on.
What is that number?
It could be anything that you guys request as you go along. Just
Could be a
an
change
extra-
order?
No, not so much a change. Change order will go with part of the contingency.
Okay.
But say,
The carport,
Carport.
yeah, it could be something else that we might
the
throw in.
chief's desk.
Okay, the carport is not in here, that's right.
No. The carport's down in the pending needs wish list for the alternate.
Yeah.
That's in the gray area down below.
Oh.
Okay. And then phase 2 environmental site assessment, that's $10,000. That's $10,000 that we're not gonna
Yeah, we
touch at all.
we already
We're good.
got that, and that was, what the real number that came in though for that was what, 4,000 or something?
No, they're up top already.
Oh, they're up top.
Those numbers are up top.
Okay, so that's.
That $10,000 is coming up. But I wanted to show you, because that was based on the last budget you guys would have seen. I didn't want you to look at it now going, where did it go? Well, now you see it. Now for the next meeting, it will not be there anymore. All right, so that's gonna be a 0.
It'll be less than 1.6 finally.
Yes. Yes, but the numbers will still be pushed up top, and then they're just gonna come down on the 25th.
Contingency.
Are these numbers, even after we get the bid, still gonna stay at 1.6, so we gotta finally start to see something come down
Well,
at
Like a
some
real
point?
budget.
Once we have that all taken
Real
care of,
numbers.
you're gonna see the budget revision.
Okay.
Next column over,
Right.
and then all of a sudden everything starts to fall into
So
place.
that it should be,
Because
it should be
then-
falling during this whole process.
What we'll do
That's
is,
what we're hoping.
the construction number is gonna change, and all the other ones will change as we go along, and we get finalized, like, when we finalize exactly what we're doing for furniture,
Right.
for appliances by owner. I know the appliances by owner, we had $4,000 there, and that's something I gotta talk over with you, Rich, so we can go over where we're gonna go, who we're gonna look at possibly getting furniture, the appliances from, or do we just go and get a hard number for it and say, okay, this is what it's gonna cost us, we know this is what we need.
I checked at one place for the heck of it, and I hadn't gone anywhere else because I was waiting for a certain paper and we have it. So we can procure, you might say, or receive donations or whatever, as long as we're not doing it for personal use. So, I just showed the chief, there was a stove, refrigerator and a microwave, $1,049.
Brand new?
Brand new.
What kind?
Well,
Is this from a dealer of some sort, Dick?
yes.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And it was out of town. I haven't even checked in town
Total
yet.
for all three.
I haven't,
Yeah.
there's other places I gotta go and I gotta talk to these people when the time comes to see if, how much they will donate.
What I need to do with you, Rich, is we gotta sit down, go over the dimensions of the room, so you're not going to get a piece of equipment that's not gonna fit in there, as well as the electrical upgrades, that if we're going with the gas, stove, we gotta make sure we have the gas.
We're going
Connection.
They're
electric
gonna be
stove.
30 inch.
Okay,
That way, it will never be interrupted. If it's electric, a generator will kick in. Because if it was gas, natural gas was interrupted, we wouldn't be able to use it unless it was to switch over. So if we go electric, it'll run off the generator. It's not a glass top, it's the regular coil. Does that make sense?
Yeah, something rugged.
So you're saying a range you're talking about?
I'm talking about a range with a self-cleaning oven. Because nobody's gonna clean it.
Is that true, Mike?
They have a janitor.
I think they're all self-cleaning
No,
now.
but then you gotta spray it and somebody's
That's
gonna do
not
it.
an
So if you got a
option anymore.
self-cleaning oven, and then,
What size refrigerator?
What were the appliances that you were able to get for
the refrigerator was, what's that?
Fridge?
What's that, sir?
What were the appliances that you got?
He doesn't know the
I
brand name.
No,
forgot,
I don't, I just want to.
I forgot the
refrigerator?
The fridge.
there was a refrigerator,
Microwave.
microwave, and a stove. I didn't.
Not a
write-
dishwasher.
I never, no.
Okay.
I never did write down the make of the stove.
No
I
room in
don't-
the kitchen.
I don't know why. But,
That's fine, we'll figure it out.
How many cubic feet on the fridge?
the fridge was an 18 cubic foot. Well,
Ice maker in it?
That's pretty big, 18
Ice
for
no, I don't think
I don't
so.
know what,
For a,
what's that?
No, it's not
that's
that,
like what, a 14?
no,
Behind
it's about that size.
you? Yeah.
It really is. It's about that
On
size.
the side of the door or something?
No, just black mold.
Sweet. And what was that price, Rich?
The stove was 404, this is before taxes. And,
We don't have to worry about
Are we considered tax
the
exempt?
refrigerator, 18 cube,
Tax
which was
exempt.
not the
So you don't need that
smallest
number,
they had, it was next to the smallest. And I thought it was very adequate, it's about that size. That was 477. And then they had a smaller refrigerator, and it was $1 more. A different make. Microwave was 168, and I think, and that was, wall mounted. That wasn't a tabletop, that was wall mounted. So I think we can do better. And if I talk to these people, I know we can do better.
Yep, that's fine.
And if I have to.
Like I said, we just have to get the information just to make sure
How
we
big was
have
the
proper connections
stove?
later on.
26 or
The
30 inch?
stove was 30 inch.
We'll get a cut sheet from them. As long as we have the cut sheets, that's what we have to give to the contractors when they're doing their work, so they know what wires they have to bring in and everything else.
All right, so you want dimensions on a refrigerator?
No,
All right.
nope,
The
you
stove-
and I will,
the
you and I
stove-
will talk,
Oh.
and I'll get the cut sheets from them once we know the model, make and model.
Okay.
That's all. That's why I can look it
But
up
I,
then.
when-
appreciate that, thank
When do
you.
you want me to do that? Because, there's other places I want to check. I want to check in town and other places to see what we're going to have for dimensions.
It would, if we could do it sooner rather than later,
Okay?
it'd be better, because if, just the same, now that the drawings are out, if something doesn't line up with what the electrician had, it'll be a change order, so we're gonna try to minimize that. So let's see what you're able to come up with. Maybe we'll give you another 10 days to figure that all out, and then we can make sure that if anything else comes up, we can do it that way.
Do you, should we have a wall, that was a, wall.
What did the
Should we
kitchen
just
plan
get a
look like?
table, a countertop microwave?
What's the kitchen look like?
What's the kitchen plan look like?
Just like
You
that
want-
there
You know,
instead
get the one
of,
above the stove, it's
You
easy.
don't have much counter
That's- saves
space
you counter
in there.
space.
You know how much counter space we want in that little kitchen?
it's gonna,
Yeah, so you better off
Calls
with a
for,
wall
when
mount.
you're looking at the wall, just say that that's the wall, right there, Doug.
Yeah.
You got sink, stove, probably countertop, and then refrigerator. That's it.
Yeah, so put the
That's all
stove,
it's
there's no window there.
Nope.
Just put the microwave right above the stove.
all right?
There's gotta be uppers right there above these, right?
What?
Uppers.
Oh, yeah.
Up the
But you
cabinet.
better off getting one of
There's
those
nothing like that.
There's
microwaves
gonna be
that
a
has the
partition,
vent
you could just
built
have
right
another
in.
cabinet above the fridge too. Easy.
Well, that's a
Right.
sink. Fridge is over there.
Well, if you're gonna put it above the stove, you're gonna have some type of vent.
You got 'em.
A
So
hood.
there's gonna be cabinets above this anyways.
So you have to have the kind,
Right on top of it.
the microwave,
Yeah.
it has to have the kind, they have them built in, where they
Can
have
have
the
a hood
vent
there,
built in,
ventilation.
the built-in.
All right, so at this point, you're gonna look into some more
That's it.
Filter.
information on this, and then,
And I'll just give you the dimensions, make and model.
Yes, please.
yeah, and
Yep,
we'll
that's right.
run that through Brian too.
Yep.
So we're looking at a wall-mounted microwave with a hood built in.
Not the right
The hood comes underneath the deck.
underneath the cabinet.
Yeah.
Above
It's
the
underneath the
stove.
cabin, you have
Out
ventless.
of the roof.
That's it.
Or do
They're
they-
not gonna be
You can vent on the
cooking
sidewall.
big meals there.
But you wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're
That's an
also,
ours.
did the design
Extra.
have a dishwasher in?
There, I didn't
switched
see a
over.
dishwasher. There could be a
Yeah.
dishwasher underneath underneath that tabletop, but I don't have a elevation view of the kitchen.
You wanna get in touch with Brian, see
Do
if
it.
there's any plan on that, and then if there's a dishwasher, you can pass it along to Dick, and he can look into that as well. So we're all set, you're gonna look into some more stuff, and he'll check in with Brian about dishwasher.
So
if they
it's
set
nothing
that
to
up.
do with cost right now, it's just size.
Yes. Nothing to do with the cost at all. I just need to know the size and the connections. So if there's any question.
Model number.
Right,
Well, and you should also check with Brian to see what connections he has planned.
exactly. That's why,
So, and
that's why I want to see what he
Yeah,
has.
you'll see what Brian has.
They're pretty standard.
Yeah, I
Should be.
imagine they are.
Should be.
All right.
I got a question, Bill.
Yes.
You putting any kind of kitchen cabinets in this thing?
Yes, I believe they're
Some
cabinets,
cabinets in
yes.
there.
Yes.
Or they're gonna be made out of what? Walnut? Oak?
No, I was hoping mahogany.
Marble? Nope, we're gonna get the cheapest ones, Dave.
And then they'll fall apart and then we'll be buying more.
I'm sure it's.
Something durable.
Mid-range, we get
Roseman's-
mid-range ones, Dave.
Roastman specials.
No, I think they're in the specifications.
I don't think they're around
Because
it.
that's part of the
Yeah.
contract.
Part of the general
Yeah,
contract.
GC will be doing that.
They're specified in the.
Kevin, on
Yes,
the
sir.
landscaping here, is that under that $25,000?
I think there's a landscaping budget,
No,
what,
there's,
4,000?
bushes, 1,500.
Like you'll see here.
Oh, 1,500
I have
plantings.
Plantings,
Where do you see that now?
Line
18.
plantings,
18.
line on 18.
Oh, okay, I'm
1,500
sorry,
bucks.
I didn't see that, okay.
And everything else, the striped
got it,
seed
got
loom
it.
is up top on
Yep.
them too.
Okay, any other budget questions? All right.
I have a couple questions when you're ready. On line number
Go for it.
24. Is that where the flagpole's coming out of, line 24?
Right now, it could be.
Okay.
Right now, that's a line item that was just for generalized use by the owner.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we have down
Your
below,
backyard.
install the flagpoles as part of the wish list. Because at the time when we were doing this,
Okay.
now we know where they're coming from,
Yeah.
but still we still have, I believe Herb is gonna install.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Now, how about if you do go modular,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have a 4-foot foundation above grade, is that true?
No.
How much it will be above grade, because you gotta be able to bolt the modular down somehow, right? You gotta have a crawl
There
space.
is going to be a small crawl space.
How much, how many
underneath.
feet?
Don't have the plans
I
right
don't have the plans with me.
Well, I'm just saying,
It's not gonna be much. It's
Yeah.
not very much at all.
I thought it was less than-
40 inches.
Yeah, 2 feet, 3 feet, something like that.
so you get
Minimal crawl space.
3 feet, and then you're gonna have 4 feet in the ground.
That's what I thought the game plan was, yeah.
So you're almost, if we're at that point, you're almost been able to have a cellar.
No,
Why
Way
wouldn't you?
beyond
No.
that now, Dave.
No?
yep, not
It's all going out the bid, the plans are up.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying,
I know,
before,
but it's like,
Foundation height's the same.
it's a mute point, we went
On the
over
stick
that.
belt, the floor's gotta be even with the top of the wall. On the,
I just mean.
On the
you're
other
still
one, it's gonna be
concrete-
down.
You're still gonna have concrete above
All right,
grade.
okay, we're not gonna talk about the basement anymore. Anything else, Dave?
No, that's, okay, so there's not gonna be a basement.
There's not gonna be a
No.
basement.
With the hard modular.
There's not gonna be a
No.
basement either way.
Alright.
Any other questions?
Unfortunately, no, Dave.
All right, publication of committee information. Brian and I did do the talk. It's on YouTube and Facebook now, so if you want to see us.
Nice job.
Thank you.
I watched a little.
I haven't watched it yet. I don't want it. I'm kind of scared.
What's it under?
What's that?
What's it under?
Brookfield something.
Oh, yeah, if you look up Brookfield
On
TV, I'm
YouTube?
sure it's there.
If you go to YouTube and do a search on YouTube under Brookfield Community Media, it will be this, probably the second one down from the top, because the newest video is always at the top of the list.
And anyone want to write a update for the next citizen?
Do you want to wait until we get the bids in after the 25th?
That's probably a good idea at this point. So for next
So
month,
do
we'll
an
do
update right
an
after that.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. Anything else? Any new business? Motion to adjourn?
Made.
Second? All in favor?
Alright.
Hey, thanks everybody.
Nice.
Who seconded it?
Dave,
Dave?
Got in there quick.
didn't quite do what I wanted.